Hi friends, my name is Millie and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to bring you my entire owned physical TBR. So this is going to be, I don't know if it'll be quite a long video for you to watch, but it'll be quite a long video for me to film. So I do just want to get straight into it. First of all, let's acknowledge my amazing jumper that I'm wearing. My mum got me this for Christmas. It's from Limpet store, so I'll link them down in the description below, but it's a Sylvanian Families jumper and I just love it. So you're probably going to see it in a lot of videos. This is its debut and I have watched a lot of these videos over the years. I love seeing what books people have on their physical TBRs. I don't know if this is the most popular kind of video or not, but I personally love watching them. So I decided I wanted to make my own. And I don't exactly know how many books I have on my physical TBR. I know it's over 500, but I don't know if it's hit over 600 books yet. So I'll count them up throughout the video and we'll see what the grand total is at the end. I'm aware that it's a lot of books to have on your physical TBR, but I personally love having a vast array of books to choose from. I don't feel overwhelmed by it, I don't feel like it's too much, and I haven't bought all of these myself either. A lot of them do get sent to me on account of being a bookseller, so it's not all spending of my own money. But yeah, I don't get overwhelmed by having a big physical TBR. I personally really enjoy having a lot of books to choose from, always having something that I'm in the mood for. So with that in mind, let's get into my entire owned physical TBR. So as you can see, my library is organised by rainbows, so some of these books, maybe they're part of a series, but I'll hold up different instalments of the series first compared to like what order they're in, and some of the authors may not be together either. It's literally just going to be me holding books up, title and author, moving on. So let's begin. Cytonic by Brandon Sanderson, Skyward Flight by Brandon Sanderson, Children of Anguish and Anarchy by Tomi Adeyemi, Sea Sparrow by Kristin Cashore, Winterkeep by Kristin Cashore, Bonded by Fawns by Elizabeth Helen, Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, Unholy Terrors by Lyndall Clipstone, Never a Hero by Vanessa Len, Cruel Illusions by Margie Fuston, The Lady Rogue by Jem Bennett, Only a Monster by Vanessa Len, The Ravens by Cass Morgan and Danielle Page, Kingdom of the Cursed, Kingdom of the Feared, and Throne of the Fallen by Kerri Maniscalco, Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi, Odd Spirits by S.T. Gibson, A House with Good Bones by T. Kingfisher, All In and Bad Blood by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, Keep Your Friends Close by Cynthia Murphy, The Free Lives of Kate Kay by Kate Fagan, Descendants of the First by Rennie K. Ameo, Lake's Edge by Lyndall Clipstone, Gear Breakers by Zoe Hannah McCuta, A Torch Against the Night by Saba Tahir, Medea by Rosie Hewlett, Love Radio by Ebony Liddell, The Last Hour Between Worlds by Melissa Caruso, The House with the Golden Door and The Temple of Fortuna by Elodie Harper, Beasts of Prey and Beasts of War by Ayana Gray, What Big Teeth by Rose Jabot, Go the Distance by Jen Calonita, Straight On Till Morning, A Whole New World, Once Upon a Dream, and Part of Your World by Liz Braswell, The Gods Below by Andrea Stewart, When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker, For the Throne by Hannah Witten, Daughter of the Siren Queen by Trisha Levenseller, The Wishing Game by Meg Schaffer, Dragonflight, Dragon Quest, and The White Dragon by Anne McCaffrey, Demon in the Wood by Leigh Bardugo, The Scorpion and the Night Blossom by Amelie Wen Zhao, Faithbreaker by Hannah Kaner, 10,000 Stitches by Olivia Atwater, The Women by Kristen Hanna, A Fire in the Sky by Sophie Jordan, Impossible Creatures by Catherine Rundell, The Bromance Book Club by Lisa K. Adams, The Silent Companions by Laura Purcell, The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson, The Lotus Empire by Tasha Suri, In the Weeds by B.K. Borison, The Deathless Girls by Kieran Millward Hargrave, 10 Blind Dates by Ashley Elston, Witches Abroad by Terry Pratchett, Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa, The Cursed Rose by Leslie Vedder, Forshi's Wrath by Emily Varga, Written in the Stars by Alexandria Belfleur, Love and Other Natural Disasters by Misa Sugiura, The Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyons, The Grace of Kings by Ken Liu, Only Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzalez, Cursebound by Sarah Elarifi, The Whisperwicks by Jordan Lees, A Cruel First by Angela Montoya, The Party by Natasha Preston, The Poison Season by Mara Rutherford, Defiant by Brandon Sanderson, White is for Witching by Helen Oyeyemi, Bring Me Your Midnight by Rachel Griffin, The Keeper of Night by Kylie Lee Baker, Phantasma by Kaylee Smith, Bat Eater by Kylie Lee Baker, The Sad Ghost Club, A Hopeful Guide to Getting Through Bad Days by Liz Meddings, Wooing the Witch Queen by Stephanie Burgess, Malice by John Gwynn, Forging Silver into Stars by Bridget Kemmerer, Bad Publicity by Bianca Gillam, Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke, Deep End by Ali Hazelwood, Modern Divination by Isabel Agajanian, The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith, The God of the Woods by Liz Moore, The Courting of Bristol Keats by Mary E. Pearson, The Starlight Air by Amelie Howard, Heavenly Bodies by Imani Eriyu, From Blood and Ash, A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, and The Crown of Gilded Bones by Jennifer L. Armentrout, The Rose Society by Mary Lee, Ghosts of the Shadow Market by Cassandra Clare, Starsight by Brandon Sanderson, The Songbird and the Heart of Stone by Carissa Broadbent, Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller, The Tower of Nero by Rick Riordan, Forest of Souls by Laurie M. Lee, Blood of Dragons by Robin Hobb, Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig, This Savage Song by V.E. Schwab, Blood and Moonlight and Silence and Shadow by Erin Beatty, Blade Breaker by Victoria Aveyard, The City of Dusk by Tara Sim, Rule of Wolves by Lee Bardugo, Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson, Set Fire to the Gods by Sarah Rash and Kristen Simmons, Quicksilver by Callie Hart, Fool's Errand, Fool's Fate, The Golden Fool, City of Dragons, and Dragon Haven by Robin Hobb, Vicious by V.E. Schwab, A Lesson in Vengeance by Victoria Lee, Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellors, Lightbringer by Claire Legrand, Elantris, The Lost Metal, Words of Radiance, The Way of Kings, and The Shadows of Self by Brandon Sanderson, The Appeal by Janice Hallett, The Mad Ship, Ship of Destiny, and Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb, Edge Dancer, Rhythm of War, The Alloy of Law, Arcanum Unbounded, and Dawn Shard by Brandon Sanderson, Dragonfruit by Makia Lucia, Chain of Thorns by Cassandra Clare, Royal Assassin and Assassin's Quest by Robin Hobb, What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez, Anda and Santi Were Here by Johnny Garza Villa, Love and Luck by Jenna Evans Welch, Firekeeper's Daughter by Angeline Booley, A Thousand Steps into Night by Tracy Chi, Dragon Keeper by Robin Hobb, This Cursed Light by Emily Feed, The Severed Thread by Leslie Vedder, The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ardier, The Jasmine Throne by Tasha Suri, Blade of Secrets by Trisha Levenseller, Seven Faceless Saints by M.K. Lobb, Painted Devils by Margaret Owen, The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty, The Blood Traitor by Lynette Noni, Shoestring Theory by Mariana Costa, Unromance by Erin Connor, The Temptation of Magic by Megan Scott, All the Tides of Fate by Adeline Grace, The Gifts That Bind Us by Caroline O'Donoghue, The Scarlet Alchemist by Kylie Lee Baker, Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare, Incendiary by Zoraida Cordova, Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix, Don't Let the Forest In by C.G. Drews, Kingsbane by Claire Legrand, For the Wolf by Hannah Witten, Iron and Embers by Helen Shurer, The Honey Don't List by Christina Lauren, Vow of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson, The Mime Order by Samantha Shannon, Fangs by Sarah Anderson, What Souls Are Made Of by Tasha Suri, Loveboat Reunion by Abigail Hing Wen, The Castle of Tangled Magic by Sophie Anderson, Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha and Yan, She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan, Hearts That Cut by Kika Hatsupolu, Aurora Burning by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan, Illumine by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman, Son of the Storm by Suyi Davies Okunboa, To You at the Altar by Rebecca Fawn, The Last Bookstore on Earth by Lily Braun Arnold, Desert Echoes by Abdi Nazemian, Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare, Realmbreaker by Victoria Aveyard, Fool's Assassin by Robin Hobb, I Was Born for This by Alice Oseman, The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan, Raybearer by Jordan Ifuko, The Golden Enclaves by Naomi Novik, The Gilded Cage by Lynette Noni, The Court of Miracles by Kester Grant, Star Daughter by Shveta Fakra, Gentlest of Wild Things by Sarah Underwood, Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Mass, Legend of the White Snake by Cher Lee, This Woven Kingdom by Tahara Muffy, How It All Blew Up by Arvin Amadi, Romancing Mr. Bridgerton by Julia Quinn. Plain Bad Heroines by Emily M. Danforth. The Girl with the Louding Voice by Abby Dare. A Photo Finish by Elsie Silver. Here's to Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. Charming as a Verb by Ben Felipe. The Coldest Touch by Isabel Sterling. The Forest Grimm by Catherine Purdy. Tokyo Dreaming by Emiko Jean. Love is a Revolution by Renee Watson. Before We Forget Kindness by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. The Testaments by Margaret Atwood. The Ivory Key by Akshaya Raman. Business Casual by B.K. Borison. Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. An Offer from a Gentleman by Julia Quinn. Infamous by Lex Croucher. Death at Morning House by Maureen Johnson. Relit, edited by Sandra Proudman. The Maid and the Crocodile by Jordan Ifuko. Warrior of the Wild by Trisha Levenseller. Aurora's End by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Sophie and the Bone Song by Adrian Tooley. Restless Slumber by KJ Sutton. Princess of Souls by Alexandra Christo. The Kingdom of Copper by S.A. Chakraborty. Sorcery and Small Magics by Maya Ducey. The Last Graduate by Naomi Novik. Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Ardier. The Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare. The Hidden Oracle by Rick Riordan. A Reaper at the Gates by Saba Tahir. Celestial Monsters by Aidan Thomas. The Mask Falling by Samantha Shannon. Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. This Lovely City by Louise Hare. The Buried and the Bound by Rochelle Hassan. This Poison Heart by Kaylin Bayron. Once Upon a K-Prom by Kat Cho. Dragon Blood Ring by Amparo Ortiz. When You Are Everything by Ashley Woodfolk. Passing Playbook by Isaac Fitzsimmons. You'd Be Home Now by Kathleen Glasgow. Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. Flowerheart by Catherine Bakewell. Say You'll Be My John by Naina Kumar. One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Record of a Spaceborne Few by Becky Chambers. Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson. The Viscount Who Loved Me by Julia Quinn. Loveboat Taipei by Abigail Hingwen. The God and the Gumiho by Sophie Kim. A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber. The Lucky List by Rachel Lippincott. The X-Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon. Whiteout by Danielle Clayton, Tiffany D. Jackson, Nick Stone, Angie Thomas, Ashley Woodfolk and Nicola Yoon. Beautiful Nightmares by KJ Sutton. Not My Problem by Kira Smith. A Winter's Promise by Christelle Dabos. Tokyo Ever After by Emiko Jean. Aristotle and Dante Dive into the Waters of the World by Benjamin Alia Sainz. Beautiful World Where Are You by Sally Rooney. Frostheart by Jamie Littler. All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. The Legend of Maneka by Kritika H. Rao. Come On In, edited by Adi Al-Sad. The Mirror Season by Anna Marie McElmore. Primetime Romance by Kate Robb. Vicious Spirits by Kat Cho. Everyone Dies Famous in a Small Town by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock. Sia Martinez and the Moonlit Beginning of Everything by Raquel Vasquez Gilliland. The Light at the Bottom of the World by London Shah. The Oleander Sword by Tasha Suri. Cursed by Marissa Meyer. Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Otherworldly by F.T. Lukens. To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. Return to the Delegate Dream Department Store by Mii Lee. The Eternal Ones by Namina Fauna. Spell of the Sinister by Danielle Page. Januaries by Olivia Blake. Throne of Secrets by Kerry Maniscalco. The Glass Girl by Kathleen Glasgow. Serpent Sea by Maya Ibrahim. Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. The Midnight Kingdom by Tara Sim. Illusionary by Zoraida Cordova. The Midnight Star by Mary Lou. All Our Hidden Gifts by Caroline O'Donoghue. This Coven Won't Break by Isabel Sterling. He Who Drowned the World by Shelley Parker Chan. Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. If This Gets Out by Sophie Gonzalez and Kale Dietrich. The Bone Spindle by Leslie Vedder. The Balloon Thief by Anissa Marufu. The Dark Becomes Her by Judy I. Lin. Bloodmarked by Tracy Dion. A River Enchanted and A Fire Endless by Rebecca Ross. Gilded by Marissa Meyer. Beasts of Ruin by Ayana Gray. The Prince Without Sorrow by Mayfree Wijisakara. A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. The Girl with No Reflection by Kesh Chow. Girls of Storm and Shadow by Natasha and Yan. The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. Forged by Blood by Ehigbo Okasan. Redemptor by Jordan Ifuko. The Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty. The Song Rising by Samantha Shannon. Every Gift a Curse by Caroline O'Donoghue. So This Is Ever After by F.T. Lukens. Like Home by Louisa Onome. Darker by Four by June C.L. Tan. ASAP by Axie O, The Half King by Melissa Landers, Lost in the Neverwoods by Aidan Thomas, The Darkness Within Us by Trisha Levenseller, Threads That Bind by Kika Hatsupulu, Foxglove by Adeline Grace, A Monsoon Rising by Fia Guanzon, Sleep Like Death by Kaylin Bayron, Deadly Dreams by KJ Sutton, Amari and the Great Game by BB Alston, This Place Is Still Beautiful by ZZ Tian, The Throne of Fire by Rick Riordan, Wild as the Witch by Rachel Griffin, Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, The Sword of Summer by Rick Riordan, Lovely War by Julie Berry, Prince Charming by Rachel Hawkins, This Time It's Real by Anne Liang, Wisteria by Adeline Grace, To Sir Philip With Love by Julia Quinn, All This Twisted Glory by Tahara Mafi, Girls of Fate and Fury by Natasha and Yan, The Wild Ones by Nafisa Azad, Orphea and Eurydice by Elise John, The Shadows Between Us by Trisha Levenseller, The Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Leon, A Sky Beyond the Storm by Sabaa Tahir, The Coven by Harper L. Woods, Air by Sabaa Tahir, House of Roots and Ruin by Erin A. Craig, Games Untold by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, Mixed Signals by B.K. Borison, Betting on You by Lynn Painter, The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber, Love in Translation by Joss Wood, These Infinite Threads by Tahara Mafi, A Show for Two by Tashi Buyuan, Ever After by Olivia Vuyeg, Wicked Fox by Kat Cho, Charming Young Man by Elliot Schreifer, Blaze Wrath Games by Amparo Ortiz, When He Was Wicked by Julia Quinn, This Wicked Fate by Kaylin Bayron, Well That Was Unexpected by Jessie Q Sutanto, The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett, The Rules of Royalty by Cale Dietrich, The Witcherlies by Annalise Avery, The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, A Witch's Guide to Love and Poison by Amna Qureshi, Pandora by Susan Stokes Chapman, The Fellowship of Puzzlemakers by Samuel Burr, The Switch by Beth O'Leary, The Will of the Many by James Islington, The Undermining of Twyla and Frank by Megan Bannon, Nettle by Bex Hogan, Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter, Compound Fracture by Andrew Joseph White, The Charm Offensive by Alison Cochrane, Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson, These Deathless Shores by P.H. Lowe, Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver, The Duke and I by Julia Quinn, Daughter of Calamity by Rosalie M. Lynn, Out on a Limb, Next of Kin, and Next to You by Hannah Bonham Young, Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren, Solitaire by Alice Oseman, Sword Crossed by Freya Mask, A Pirate's Life for Tea by Rebecca Fawn, Tangled Up in You by Christina Lauren, The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, The Baby Dragon Cafe by Amna Qureshi, Fable for the End of the World by Ava Reid, The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon, The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, The Lies of Loch Lamora by Scott Lynch, The Cloisters by Katie Hayes, Blood over Brighthaven by M.L. Wang, Reckless by Lauren Roberts, Collide by Belle Cabra, The Boy You Always Wanted by Michelle Quash, A Language of Dragons by S.F. Williamson, Lost and Lassoed by Lila Sage, Sister Song by Lucy Holland, Babylonia by Costanza Casati, Champion by Mary Lou, Best Hex Ever by Nadia El Fassi, Field Notes on Love by Jennifer E. Smith, Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston, Before We Say Goodbye by Toshikazu Kawaguchi, The Last Raven by Helen Glynn Jones, Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater, A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow by Laura Taylor Namey, Girl Goddess Queen by B. Fitzgerald, Clytemnestra by Costanza Casati, The Wolf Den by Elodie Harper, The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst, Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson, The Weavers of Alamaxa by Hadir Elsby, Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, A Werewolf's Guide to Seducing a Vampire by Sarah Hawley, Consider Yourself Kissed by Jessica Stanley, Legend Born by Tracy Dion, The Bones Beneath My Skin by TJ Klune, Skyward by Brandon Sanderson, A Storm of Swords, Blood and Gold by George R. R. Martin, Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng, King of Scars by Lee Bardugo, Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi, The Invocations by Crystal Sutherland, The Salt Path by Raynor Wynn, The Sky on Fire by Jen Lyons, A Vow So Bold and Deadly by Bridget Kemmerer, Rise to the Sun by Leah Johnson, Fortuna Sworn by KJ Sutton, The Mermaid, the Witch and the Sea by Maggie Tokuda Hall, Twelfth Night by Alexine Farrell Falmouth, Not Here to Be Liked by Michelle Quash, Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid, Afterlove by Tanya Byrne, The Damned by Renee Ardier, The Ruthless Lady's Guide to Wizardry by C.M. Wagoner, The Black Kids by Christina Hammonds Reid, The School for Good Mothers by Jessamine Chan, Letters to the Lost by Bridget Kemmerer, A Pho Love Story by Loanne Lee, Mad, Bad and Dangerous to Know by Samira Ahmed, When Harry Was Here by Dustin Tao, Under the Udala Trees by Chinelo Okparanta, The 13th Child by Erin A. Craig, Perfect on Paper by Sophie Gonzalez, Girl, Woman, Other by Bernadine Evaristo, Crush by Tracy Wolfe, The Rainfall Market by Yu Yong Guan, The Revenant Games by Margie Fuston, Serious Moonlight by Jen Bennett, The Lady of the Rivers and The Red Queen by Philippa Gregory, The Merciless Ones by Namina Fauna, The American Roommate Experiment by Elena Armas, Before I Die by Jenny Downham, The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera, Finding Jupiter by Kellis Rowe, Hurricane Summer by Asher Bromfield, Sweet Sorrow by David Nichols, Cupid's Revenge by Vibke Brugman, The Seven Sisters by Lucinda Riley, XOXO by Axie O, Ghost Roast by Shawnee Gibbs, The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen, The Last Star by Rick Yancey, Slay by Brittany Morris, The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo, I Wish You All the Best by Mason Diva, Masquerade by O.O. Sangoyomi, I Like Me Better by Robbie Weber, Clementine and Danny Save the World and Each Other by Livia Blackburn, An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson, As Old as Time by Liz Braswell, Dial A for Aunties by Jessie Q. Sutanto, We Are Okay by Nina LaCour, So Many Beginnings by Bethany C. Morrow, Wild Beauty by Anna Marie McElmore, The Raven Scholar by Antonia Hodgson, The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joanne He, Hot Dog Girl by Jennifer Dugan, Early Departures by Jason A. Reynolds, Wrath and Mercy by Jessica Rubinkowski, Self-Made Boys by Anna Marie McElmore, We Are Not Free by Tracy G, Blood Scion by Deborah Fillet, Unbirthday by Liz Braswell, The Moth Girl by Heather Cammins, The Grandest Game by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, Juniper and Fawn by Ava Reed, The Woodsmoke Women's Book of Spells by Rachel Greenlaw, I Shall Never Fall in Love by Harry Connor, Evermore by Sarah Holland, The Familiars by Stacey Halls, Lies We Sing to the Sea by Sarah Underwood, Year of the Reaper by Makia Lucia, Immortal by Sulin Tan, The Rebel Witch by Kristen Cicerelli, The Bell Witches by Lindsay Kelk, Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen, Hera by Jennifer Saint, Iron Flame by Rebecca Yaros, Six Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent, Pandora's Jar by Natalie Haynes, Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy by Cassandra Clare, Furyborn by Claire Legrand, Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, We Free the Stars by Hafsa Faisal, All the Devils by Caitlin Wilson, Yerba Buena by Nina LaCour, The End Crowns All by B. Fitzgerald, Brother Song by TJ Klein, The Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle, Little Thieves by Margaret Owen, Evocation by S.T. Gibson, Law of the Wilds by Annalie Sabrana, One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, In Deeper Waters by F.T. Lukens, A Curse of Blood and Wolves by Melissa McTernan, The Hurricane Wars by Fia Guanzon, The Wren in the Holly Library by K.A. Lind, The Night Ends with Fire by K.X. Song, Nectar of the Wicked by Ella Fields, The Ending Fire by Sarah Elarifi, The Hemlock Queen by Hannah Witten, Son of Blood and Ruin by Marielle Larez, Dark Star Burning Ash Falls White by Amelie Wen Zhao, and The Fragile Threads of Power by V.E. Schwab. Okay, and finally, a bit of an overview of all the classics I've got to read, which is quite shameful, but anyway. Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf, Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky, Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery, Lady Chatterley's Lover by D.H. Lawrence, Ulysses by James Joyce, Hamlet by William Shakespeare, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, A Study in Scarlet and the Sign of the Four by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Black Beauty by Anna Sewell, Anne of Avonlea by L.M. Montgomery, The Hound of the Baskervilles and the Valley of Fear by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson, The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum, The Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Macbeth by William Shakespeare, Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie, The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson, The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare, Tess of the D'Urbervilles by Thomas Hardy, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Othello by William Shakespeare, Alice Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll, The Casebook of Sherlock Holmes and His Last Bow by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and The Return of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Far from the Madding Crowd by Thomas Hardy, Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe, Dracula by Bram Stoker, Moby Dick by Herman Melville, and finally A Midsummer Night's Dream by William Shakespeare. So there you have it. Those are all of the books that are on my own physical TBR. I'll pop the final count number here. I think it's not quite 600 books yet, but I don't know. I feel like I've been talking for a very long time, so it could very well be. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments which books off of my physical TBR I should prioritise, which books have you read and you've enjoyed, or which books do you want to see me read and see me discuss. Please let me know in the comments. If you'd like to follow me on my Goodreads or my Bookstagram, the links will be down in the description below. Like this video if you liked it and subscribe if you want it, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you in another video soon. Bye!